Hello everyone, happy Friday. So today's video is going to be spending versus boredom or laziness. Okay. So first let's talk about overspending. I mean, yeah, prices are higher, right? So I'm not talking about like, for groceries, for rent, for the car. I'm talking about the desire to spend money, right? For me, let's talk about Starbucks. We have people out there who say, oh, I can't start my day without my morning Starbucks. Why? Why do you need a Starbucks every morning? Why can't you make it from home? Oh, just Starbucks, I don't have time to make my coffee in the morning. Why? Well, Starbucks just has good coffee. True. But why can't you make it from home? Oh, I don't have time in the morning. Why? Why can't you get up earlier? Well, I don't want to get up earlier. That's not a good enough excuse, right? So I have some figures here, and I love talking about finances. I love it. I'm actually going to start taking a bunch of courses in finance because I love the subject so much. So the average person spends $500 to $750 a year on Starbucks. Okay? That's per year. Now, if you go even to walmart.com, you can get this coffee maker. Okay? It has a grinder in it. It has a foam wand to make foamy stuff. It has the espresso maker. Okay? You can get that at Walmart for like $250. Okay? That leaves you at least $250 to get the syrups, to get a blender, to get whipped cream, to get all of that stuff. Right? And the whipped cream, oh, well, their whipped cream is so good. You know what you do? You go to Walmart and you buy, what is it called? I don't know what it's called. Whatever this is, right? And you can make your own whipped cream. Add some, I don't know, vanilla to it. Make vanilla. You can do this at home and have your Starbucks type coffee every morning, right? And you're saving $500 to $750 a year. And a lot of people are like, well, that's not a lot. If you add it up year after year after year, it becomes a lot. That's a lot to spend. Almost $1,000 people spend a year just in Starbucks. That's just Starbucks. It's $10 to $15, okay, a day or a week, just in Starbucks. Because now Starbucks, like a coffee is what, like $8, $9, $10, depending on what you spend. So you have that 5 days a week. That's like $50 a week, $60 a week in Starbucks. I mean, that's gas money that can go towards bills. That's, for some people, that's a phone payment. And you're throwing it away on coffee when just get up a little bit earlier and make your own. Well, I don't know how to make Starbucks coffee. Starbucks coffees, there's recipes on Google that you can Google and make it yourself, right? Let's talk about disposable plates and utensils. Okay? Well, if I buy disposable plates and utensils, I don't have to do dishes. Throw the plates away. Throw the utensils away. Okay, it saves on the water bill because I'm not washing my dishes. But it's not really, is it? Because the money you could be spending on your water bill, you're spending on buying disposable eating plates, utensils. They last what? A couple weeks? Every couple weeks, every 2 to 3 weeks, you're buying another packet of plates, another packet of utensils, another packet of cups. Right? Because a lot of times they're paper plates. You can't wash them. Like my daughter's dad buys plastic cups. We wash them and reuse them. Okay, plastic utensils, we wash them and reuse them. But paper plates, he's buying stacks of paper plates every week or two. Right? Why is it hard to rinse the plate and put it in a dishwasher? If you don't have a dishwasher, wash them. Is it laziness? I don't want to wash dishes. Well, why? are you being lazy? It doesn't take a lot to you get your dish, you go in, you rinse it. If you don't want to wash it right away, rinse it and leave it in the sink, right? Allow yourself to rest for a half hour, get up and do them before bed. So we're talking about boredom, doom scrolling, right? Through TikTok, through Instagram Reels, through YouTube Shorts. We see ads for this, ads for that. Ooh, that looks fun, that looks fun. Amazon, right? They have like stuff on Amazon. And oh, we purchased this, we purchased that, right? And then we get the stuff and it wears off, right? The happiness wears off. Okay, so so we buy all this stuff, right? And it wears off. The joy of having it, right? Like I'm looking for something. So these are called smiling critters. I got them for my daughter, the whole set. She was obsessed with these. Okay, she played with them for a week and now they sit in the closet. It's like that, you know? So it's just like that, right? Child with a toy. We get it and we're like enamored with it for what, like a week, sometimes a day. And then it's like, I need something new. I need a new toy. I need something to play with. Right? And don't be gross either. What happens? We go and we buy something else. Why? Because we're bored. We don't have anything better to do. Right? So we go and we spend and we get pulled in by these ads. It's like, ooh, something new and shiny I can play with. There was a time when that was me, right? I would buy something and I would use it for a while and then it just ended up in the back of the closet. Right? That's my mom too. She would buy something cool, it ends up in the back of the closet. We have a tendency to see something new and want it. I want to buy it because it's something new, something I've never had before. Because we get bored with what we have, right? I need something new to catch my attention.
I made a perfect drawing.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Have you ever been in that situation where you found yourself just buying things because, like, impulse buys, right? And it lasts a day or a week and you're like, it ends up in the back of your closet somewhere. An outfit, shoes, a purse, it ends up in the back of your closet. So how do we resolve this laziness, this boredom, this overspending? Budget, right? It's the best thing to do is for a whole month, write down or keep the receipt of what you spend. If you can get a receipt, right? If you can't, write it down. And then at the end, add up anything that is not bills and rent, car payment, right? Because we have our fixed expenses, which is rent, car payment, insurance, anything that stays the same every single month, right? And then we have our variables, which includes utilities, because our utilities aren't the same price every month. Typically, they fluctuate. Utilities, okay, that's a necessity. Groceries, that's a necessity. But with groceries, it also, look at your groceries. Am I buying essentials or am I buying a lot of candy, high-priced items, lobster, crab, right? Am I buying food that it's necessary to include food that you don't normally eat every day. The high ticketed stuff, like we go through the seafood section and we see crab stuffed lobster tails, and we're like, oh, I want that. Well, it's not a necessity, right? Everything you spend has to be written down, or the receipt has to be kept, right? See where you're spending needlessly. It's like, oh, well, not to say that you can't do a little impulse spending here and there, but it's really necessary to see where that impulse spending lies, right? Not to say that you can't like go to the grocery store and see like the crab stuffed lobster tail and say, ooh, I want to get that. Okay, but how many times are you getting that, right? How many times do you go to Starbucks? How many times do you go through the drive-through at McDonald's or at Taco Bell? How many times do you just pick up things impulsively? Like when you're in line, they have all of that stuff right there, sitting there while you're waiting in line. Impulse buys. They put it there because you're bored. You're standing there waiting, and you see something cool. Oh, you're shopping while you're waiting, and you're more likely to impulse buy. Okay. Find out what your impulse buys are. Look at your receipts. Look at your expenses, right? My eye itches. So how do we resolve this? Well, first thing is you need to find out what you're impulse buying. Okay? We see this. We have to separate our needs from our wants. Needs: rent, insurance, car payment, groceries, gas, car repairs, all of that stuff. All of that stuff we put aside. Okay, that doesn't count. Then we looked at our wants, right? The things we buy: clothing, Starbucks, fast food, shoes, drinks with friends, entertainment, things like that. How much are we spending, right? 30% of our income should be going to those. It's 50% of our income should be going to our needs, our necessary expenses, and 30% should be going towards our wants: entertainment, clothes, shoes, books, whatever it happens to be. So it's necessary to figure out, okay, what is my total income, my net income? How much of it is going towards needs and how much of it is going towards wants? If more is going towards wants than 30% of your income, you're overspending. And it's necessary to take a look at that list of or receipts of what you're overspending and saying, where can I cut out? Am I impulse buying? Am I overspending? Why? Where can I cut out? Am I overspending on Starbucks? For what I'm spending on Starbucks a year, I can go out, buy an espresso maker with all the bells and whistles and all the syrups and the sauces and the sprinkles and all of that stuff, and I could just get up a little bit earlier and make my special coffee myself. Then I will be saving $1,000 a year because I can make it at home, right? And then, of course, 20% of your net income should be going towards your debt, or if you don't have debt, into your savings, right? So, so going back to the example of Starbucks, how much are you spending on Starbucks a month, right? How much are you spending a year? Then consider the cost of an espresso machine, and syrups and all of that stuff. Not to say you can't go to Starbucks anymore. Of course you can. Sometimes it's nice to go to Starbucks and grab a coffee, right? Okay, so yeah, like I was saying, it's not that you can't go and go to Starbucks. Okay, no, but there's a need to budget that. Okay, let's say your monthly income is, let's just say $1,000. 500 of that is going to go towards your expenses. So $300, you can say, okay, 30% of my income is $300. That's for my entertainment, my coffee, my fast food, my this, my that. And then we can budget that, right? Well, I can spend this much a week on Starbucks, or I can spend this much a week on fast food. It sucks, yeah. But what sucks more is debt, because debt comes with interest. And you end up taking a $50 debt and having to pay back $150. It's like, well, that's not fair. No, but that's what happens when you live outside your means, when you overspend, right? And people are saying, well, how can I overspend if I don't have credit cards? You can overspend, okay? You can still overspend if you don't have credit cards. We don't have credit cards, but we still overspend. You're overspending when you're having to borrow money, when you're having to ask for an extension, okay? When you're having to return things, okay? When you can't pay your bill on time, you're overspending. There's lots of ways to overspend without having a credit card, okay? So recovery, how do we stop doing that, right? Aside from figuring out what our expenses are. What are we spending? How much are we spending? What is our budget, right? To get what you've never had, gonna have to do what you've never done. So I was talking about, it's gonna suck, right? To have a budget and say, okay, this is my budget on my wants for the month. It's gonna suck because there's gonna be times you're gonna have to say, I can't afford that. I can't go because I can't afford it. Right? And if someone says, you know what, I'll pay for you, you can pay me back, don't do that. Because typically when that happens, so I have to get my medication. A lot of times you borrow from a friend, right? Oh, I'll pay you back. How often does that end well? Not often, especially when the friend's like, oh, hey, remember that $50 you borrowed from me? I need it back. And what if you don't have it? Oh, I don't have it right now. Can you wait? No, I'm actually. And the same goes with lending people money. Don't lend people money. Okay? Because you're going to need it back and they're not going to have it almost every time. So, well, that was my video on spending versus boredom and laziness. You know, a lot of people like to blame the fact that, oh, prices are higher. But they don't look at their spending. They don't break down their spending. Okay? Oh, I can't afford rent. Okay, well, what did you buy this month that wasn't a necessity? And you will find out, you know what, if I hadn't bought this stuff, I would be able to make my rent. So it seems like nothing, right? Like for me, the dollar store is dangerous for me. I could spend $100 easy in the dollar store. That's where I get all of my stuff, right? So for me, it's like when I go to the dollar store, I have to be really mindful, really careful, because it's like, it's just $1. Well, now it's $1.25. It's just $1.25. Well, you end up walking out of the store spending $60, $70, $100, right? It's the same with overall spending, right? Oh, it's just this. Oh, it's just this much. Oh, it's just that much. Sorry, I forgot what I was saying. But yeah, recovery, right? To get what I have never had, I have to do what I've never done. To be able, I was talking about spending, right? If you can't make your rent, what did I buy this month? And you know, a good thing to be like to say, I'm $300 short this month for my rent. Okay, well, what did you spend last month? you might be able to see where you could have cut down on in order to be able to make your rent. It's people don't do that because it's hard to do. Meaning that, well, they don't want to see the mistakes that they've made. And it's like, oh, well, it's in the past. What does it matter? Well, yes, it's in the past. But if you don't fix it, then if you don't look at it, how are you going to fix it? If you're like, it's the past, it doesn't matter. But if you don't do anything to change it now, it's going to keep happening. And you're going to keep wondering why you're not making your rent, right? Why you're not able to pay your bills, why you're not being able to do this, why you're not, and it's also a matter of justifying your purchases, right? My mom always used to do that. We used to, like, I still love to do it, go to garage sales and thrift stores. Garage sales, I love garage sales. My mom would purchase something. Oh, I could use it for this, and it ends up in the back of the garage. Oh, I could wear this, ends up in the back of the garage or the closet. And it's like, why are you buying that? You know? Yeah, it may seem like at the moment, oh, I could do something with this. Well, can you do that now with it? No, in the future. Then don't buy it. Because it's going to end up in the back of the closet or the back of the garage somewhere. So, that was my video on spending versus boredom and laziness. You know, I'm planning on taking a bunch of financial courses. I want to be able, I'm probably going to maybe take some side jobs being a bookkeeper, doing like finances and stuff like that, just because I love the subject so much. But I don't know, you know, maybe I might end up offering financial, like budgeting and financial little, you know, little courses, little workshops, things like that. I don't know. But anyway, that was my video. Thank you so much for watching. All of my information is down below, including ways to donate and my other social media. So have a beautiful day, week, weekend, a month of your life. Remember to live in and spread love, joy, compassion, gratitude, kindness, peace, and enlightenment. And I will see you next time.